So uploading to GitHub is pretty easy from inside Visual Studio. Once your code is ready to turn in, what you're going to do is you're going to click on Git, and you're going to click on Create Git Repository. Now, the first time you do this, you are going to have to kind of enter your GitHub account. And so this is going to be whatever your username is, and you'll have to connect to GitHub. Once you make that connection, then it'll show up kind of similar to mine. And so it is going to have the local path, which is, to the program you have open. Git ignore template, there should be default there. Then your account. And you may have to enter credentials for the owner, but you'll notice mine are the same. And then your repository name. And I already have first program out there. And so I will just change the name a little bit. And this is probably the most important thing. By default, it makes it private. Now, this is a huge problem because I can't see a private repository. So you need to remove that. Okay. This is where it'll be located. So, if you wanted to kind of take note, you could, but I'm going to go ahead and create and push. And then down in the lower left corner, you can kind of see that it's working on it. This is a pretty little project, so it's already available on GitHub. Longer, more involved projects will take a little bit more time. So I'm going to go ahead and show you what this looks like. So if I just navigate to GitHub, I've already logged into GitHub, but if you haven't, you might have to sign in. And then you'll notice that I've got my user over here. So if I click on that, I can go right to all of my repositories. And the most recent one is going to show up at the top, and that's what this one is. Okay, and so if I click on it, yours should look similar. Okay, it was a very small project, so there's not any additional folders. I mean, this is all that you're going to have there, but program CSS is your C# code. And if you click on it, it should look the same as the code that you saw when you were in Visual Studio. Now, as far as what you need to turn in, you need to turn in this link. Okay, so if you click on it, it should highlight it. And then it's just a matter of pressing Control and the letter C for copy. And then you would go into the Dropbox and you would press Control and the letter V as in Victor to paste that link. Okay, and that's pretty much how you have to turn it in. In fact, let me pause here and I'll show you. There's a couple ways to paste links in. So once you go into the lab assignment, you just click on Add Submission. And then you can either press Control V here, or what's even better is if you click on this link and you press Control and the letter V here, open a new window, because that actually creates a link. Okay, and whereas if I just do it like this, Control and V, that is not an actual link, right? I'd have to copy and paste to get to that, but this you can actually click on. Okay, so a couple different ways to put that in, and then you'd save your changes. Now, what happens if there's a problem and you need to resubmit? For for right now, I think what would probably be easiest would be for you to delete this. And to do that, you just, enter it. Click on code, or actually, excuse me. Where is it? Sometimes they change this. Click on settings. Okay, and once you go into settings, go to the very bottom, and you're going to delete the repository. So click on delete this repository. I want to delete this repository. I have read and understand the effects. And then just to confirm, because they want to make, double sure that you really want to do this, you have to rekey the name, your username, and the name of the repo you want to delete. What is my password? Hope that's the right one. Okay. So that first program 1-11 is gone. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this one too. So again, you just hit settings, scroll to the bottom, delete. I want to delete, I have read, and then key in your username and the name of the repository. All right, so that deletes it. Now, let's say you then go in and you make changes, right? So let me find, all right, so here is first program. And it's no longer on GitHub. So I do need to then delete this Git folder, Git attributes, and Git ignore, these three things. Okay. And then once I do that, I'm going to open this. Okay. And at this point, I could make my changes. Oh, we'll say have a great semester. That's even better. Okay. All right, so those are my changes. I'm going to save. And then I could put this new one on GitHub. All I have to do is hit Git, create Git repository. Here it is. And it's just like it never existed there. So always remember to get rid of the check next to private, create and push, and it puts it back out there. So it's pretty easy to manage. But if you do have any problems, please let me know. Because pretty much from this point forward, we will be using GitHub. And not only in this class, but in lots of other classes.